Every woman is at a different place on life's journey. You might be at the beginning of your story, trying to discover your strengths and where to go next. You may be honing your craft with an eye on a top leadership position. Or perhaps you are in the middle of your career trying to balance everything and wondering what is truly important to you. Or maybe you're leveraging decades of life's lessons and wisdom to lift others up.
A long, cold, snowy winter ahead.
Spiders.
Not achieving my goals.
Clowns.
Besides clowns, is saying no or slowing down.
Spiders. Strangers.
Disappointing the people who believe in me.
Dogs.
Traveling to rural Iowa with my wife and 2 children because we just don't know how we will be treated when we get there.
Being fearless is not amazing event, like this powerful event. Like I think that fearless people are everywhere around us, and they're going about their lives in many ways with fear, and they are navigating it, so they're being fearless, right? So I don't think it's about this monumentous event. I think it's about the everyday things that happen.
Onboarding quite a few team members during a pandemic, 100% remote.
Carving a pumpkin all on my own.
Toxic 6th grade girls.
Being a person of color in a predominantly white community.
When my parents got divorced.
Enforcing boundaries.
Keeping my business going while I had to furlough my staff.
Doing virtual school.
Me too, sister.
When I first started dance, and then I was really scared if I was gonna fall on my face, but then eventually I just got good at it.
If you can envision a storm, the wind, the rain, as it's pelting you, you're pushing forward in spite of, and it looks like you're pushing against the force as you lean forward and you're pushing and pushing, and you can also see. You can see the force, but you're pushing forward anyway. That's how I picture it, that the storm can be really pelting you, but you're walking forward regardless.
When other girls don't treat each other nicely.
The ridiculous barriers that we as a society have artificially put in front of them for decades and decades.
Pay gap and the idea that they need help.
We are working in a system that was not built with us in mind at all.
Work-life balance.
Men don't treat them the same.
One of the biggest barriers that women face for success and happiness is respect.
How to find the right balance.
Because sometimes they get discouraged and they think they can't do as much as boys do.
COVID-19, which impacts their lives in so many ways every single day.
People expect so much of us, and we're not able to fulfill that because it's such a high standard for us to follow.
People think we're not as tough.
They're often unfairly held to a different standard than men, simply to experience the same success.
We put ourselves down, we don't believe in ourselves all the time, and if we would just believe we could do half the things that we actually can, I think we'd be a lot more successful.
Some people doubt them and don't think they're good enough.
It's our own limiting beliefs about what the definitions of success and happiness are.
Being fearless is not about being unafraid. It is about harnessing that fear to give yourself strength to do what it is you need to do.
When I confronted an educator who had a misconception about my race.
When I was home alone by myself for the first time. When I had to get my first flu shot because I didn't know what it was going to feel like. Doing a back bend by myself. When I tried to ride my bike for the first time.
I felt brave when I said out loud that my son suffered from clinical depression and took his own life at age 18.
When I got my ears pierced for the first time.
Still continuing to set those really big goals that scare us.
My first solo cross-country flight.
When I advocated for myself and for others in my office.
When I decided to be self-employed and work for myself.
When I trotted on a horse my first time.
When I stood up and advocated for someone who was vulnerable.
I think it means you keep going even if you don't really want to.
We are all afraid at times. We all experience obstacles. But women have an innate ability to support, learn, and empower one another through shared experiences and stories. By telling our stories and lifting each other up, we can help each other be more, and we can help each other be fearless.